All right, welcome to another installment of the Fragments of Silicon reviews. 4 reviews up this week, the first of which is Gilligan's Gold. Gilligan's Gold. In this classic arcade-style action game from 1984, grab bags of gold from under the nose of deadly bandits and transport them safely in your wheelbarrow on the surface. Useful items and fast minecarts can help you, but beware, many a player has fallen into greed in these treacherous mines. So, yeah, Gilligan's Gold is an arcade. It says an arcade style, but this was okay. Like according to Wikipedia, this is actually a clone of an arcade game called Bagman. I gotta admit, I have no history with this particular title, but if I had to venture a guess for inspiration, it'd probably be I'd say the seminal Pitfall. But apparently this, like the original arcade game was born in 1982. So that would make it contemporaneous with Pitfall. Like, honestly, like the game this most reminded me of was Miner 249er, which was a game on like the ColecoVision and the Atari 2600 and the like. But yeah, you are not really given a name. I'm assuming you're Gilligan. Like, I'm not sure if you are playing Gilligan or if you're just trying to get Gilligan's Gold. But I suppose it's fairly immaterial to the proceedings, since, you know, your goal is to get the gold and indeed to get the points. This is a game from 1984, after all. And, you know, this is well before we decided that score wasn't important anymore. And so, where do I stand on this game? Surprisingly, I found this to be more playable than I thought it would be. Like, in that I played it for longer than I was expecting. Because, you know, if you will recall our previous reviews of the games that Pixel Games UK dredges up, they more often than not either don't hold up or were never good in the first place. And this one, I think, still falls into the doesn't hold up category. Because while it is still, I found it more playable than, say, California Games, for example, or some of the other titles we featured. It still has that endemic problem that a lot of old games, especially a lot of old computer games, suffer from. And that is, dear God, this game is so stiff that it might be suffering from osteoporosis. Like, you know, like I said, that was a common feature of old-ass computer games. The controls were always really stiff.
Smooth scrolling was a godsend.
Yeah, like there's a reason why the original Super Mario Brothers still holds up a lot better than a lot of games from this era. Yeah. And just keep in mind that these games are also designed to play with a keyboard, and usually not the best keyboards. Thankfully, we got the Amstrad CPC version here. Now, granted, I'm not that familiar with the Amstrad CPC, but like one of the problems with the ZX Spectrum was that goddamn keyboard and its keyboard placement.
I do hope the people who designed that keyboard were indicted on war crimes.
Mm.
The world may never know, right?
Indeed. But like I said, this is also definitely a game where you will get better at it with a bit of playtime. It's more about figuring out the optimal routes to get to grab the bags of gold. Because it's you see that bonus in the corner? That's in the style of Donkey Kong. Yes, I think that's a good way of putting it. Because that's not just a bonus counter, that's your time. If you let that hit 0, you will die. Thankfully, that's just the bonus countdown until you get a bag of gold into your wheelbarrow. Not for the entire level. I'm assuming there's more than one level. Granted, I didn't quite make it to completion of this board or boards. There are 3 of them because this game has some fuck you moments as well.
I think I just saw a couple of them.
Probably. It's like like that outlaw is demonstrating one of them because it's got the AI of from 1984. Those banditos are not too smart. Yeah, but here, go to the next screen because I want. Yeah, this fucking elevator right here.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, this elevator right here is a goddamn death trap. Because you see that mine cart? You go into it, and if it's descending, you're probably going to hit it. Or at least that's what kept happening to me. And by the time I got to that screen, I had, I collected enough gold to get to the top of the leaderboard, such as it was. But it's also, this game is okay to play for like 15 minutes. It's not something I really want to spend 45 minutes to an hour, playing. Because it's that fucking stiff. I'm not sure if this game played better with the joysticks they had back in the day. But, I used an Xbox controller. It functioned. Which is, once again, more than I can say for other games that Pixel Games UK has dredged up from the past. So, grading on a curve here, it's upper echelon. But it's still not something I could really recommend until it takes some Anacin. Because I'm genuinely concerned that Gilligan is suffering from a severe case of arthritis.
Yeah.
So, let's get to the pricing. Well, fortunately for this game, it's clocking in at $2, $1.99.
Oh man.
Could I recommend it at $2? Sure, why not? It's a sure why not recommendation, but it's not. You should actually go out and buy this.
Fair.
Like I said, it's doing better than say Road Frog, among others.
Fuck that game.
But I think the gold standard from what we've covered from Pixel Games so far is still Bounder. Right. So that'll about do it for Gilligan's Gold here. Be sure to tune in after the break as Petty Fan will be reviewing Sonic Frontiers.